Today was an incredible day. We were able to host our first 5K run walk here at Legacy River Parks in Arlington, Texas. I'm excited about what was able to take place. Listen, guys, effective living. Well, we're creating a life we don't need a vacation from.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Pastor Kelly from Pathway of Life Church.
So we just had an amazing time.
Today's event was an awesome time, not only for just fellowshipping, but for our overall health and effective living.
You got to make a decision every day to create the life you desire. If you don't like where you are, you can change where you are by looking at the decisions you've been making up to this point. Effective living. Take care of your body. It's the vehicle that God uses to fulfill your assignment.
And one of the greatest things that we can do is take care of our temple.
We're at the 5K for effective living. I'm so honored to be here and honored that I got a trophy. I actually came in first.
That's why I'm at the Effective Living 5K.
All right, you guys, the Moreno family here, super excited from Huntsville, Alabama, 10 hours and 30 minutes. But there's no place we would rather be than right here at the Effective Living 5K. Right.
Today was an exciting moment. Several folks came out to participate and had a great time, so appreciate it.
I love effective living and everything it stands for. Kudos to Coach Ricardo. Thank you.
It was an awesome experience, man. Effective living. This was effective living today.
And I'm excited to be here because it's not just good for your health and your heart, but it's also good for the world, and that we did a great idea in raising funds so that shoes can go to the Bahamas for people who couldn't afford them. So it's a really great cause as well.
They started running and they were like Forrest Gump.
We completed the 5K. Woo! Effective Living 5K, guys. Hey! It was my first one, my very first one. We did it!
My name is Dr. Diana Rudon. I'm all the way from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, Global Kingdom Embassy. Hey, y'all. Hey, we're out here 5K running for a great cause, the Bahamas. We're going to sponsor some kids with some shoes. Woo! It's a great cause, y'all. Loving it. Bye-bye.
Proceeds went towards making sure that we were able to get shoes to kids in the Bahamas. The reality of it is there are still kids around the world that need assistance. And so we're so glad, Effective Living Life Management Agency, to be able to pull off an initiative like this 5K run walk and support kids in the Bahamas with shoes. It's going to be a blessing to so many kids, so many families. Thank you for supporting.
Brady, you attended the 5K run and you were excited. You were excited, man. You were pumped. How you doing today, Bradye Robinson?
I am doing well, Coach. How are you? How are you today?
I'm pumped. I'm gaining revelation. I am totally learning how to evolve and become the person that I believe I was destined to be, and figuring out practical tips on how to help humanity. Now, you've been working with me for a while, and I'm excited about tonight's talk because we're going to get a chance to help some people. Brady, tell our viewing audience a little bit about yourself.
Well, hello, everybody. Good evening. Thank you guys for taking time out of your busy evening to tune in to us. We certainly appreciate that. But I'm Bradye Robinson. I am founder of Robinson Empowerment Group. I am a motivational speaker and a budget coach and a recently published author. I am from the Dallas, Texas area. I'm from Dallas all the way, and mother of two, and I am living the best life ever. And I'm so happy to be here and be a part of the effective living community.
Well, Brady, we're so glad that you're a part of the community as well. Well, everybody knows when Brady shows up, the party's about to get started.
It's a party every time. That was my first 5K.
Now, listen, not only was it your first 5K, your mom came out and participated and held it down. How old?
She was 78. She beat me.
78. That's what's up. Listen, here at Effective Living, our goal is to help you to create a life you don't need a vacation from. We like meeting people who are committed to liking themselves, learning to loving themselves, and learning to take control of their lives at the very core. Today, I'm joined with Bradye Robinson, a budgeting coach. Brady, I want to talk about money. That's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the fact that even though in the midst of a pandemic, there are companies all over the place saying we can't find workers. So there is no shortage of jobs right now. Well, somebody's like, well, I ain't doing that kind of job no more. Well, if you're broke and if you're going paycheck to paycheck, you may need to look at how you have been living up to this point. Because Brady, do you believe in the midst of a pandemic, there are some people who are going to come out of this year strong?
That is so true. That is so true. We have seen so many stories and so many businesses birth from the pandemic, just from even from the effective living community. Think about how many books have been published. I mean, I published a book during a pandemic. Yeah. The companies have started, businesses, jobs are plentiful. Yeah. When they are saying that we can't get people to work, it's something wrong with that. You know, so yeah, it's crazy right now. But like I told you before, when we did a few shows back, this is money-making time. I told you, didn't I? It's money-making time of the year.
It is money-making time. And then there's some spending time. I mean, back to school time. How are your kids doing? I know you got them ready for back to school, but you have a strategy, Brady. You have a strategy to make sure you can meet your obligations in regards to school. I've always been impressed with how you departmentalize your various responsibilities when it comes to money. Back to school time, a lot of people are feeling some kind of way. What's your view on back to school time?
I am so glad that you asked about this. I'm so glad that you touched on this because what people don't realize, August is a heavy month for so many parents. Okay, so let's do the norm. August, that's usually your highest light bill, that's your highest water bill. Your children have eaten you out of house and home. The summer clothes or the clothes they had from last year, they've had this growth spurt. My son had a growth spurt in 3 weeks. We had just went shopping 3 weeks. He skipped a size. August is a hard month. Back to school is heavy. Now we got to get a whole new routine. We got to get school clothes. We got to get devices. Now it's no more just notebook paper. It's headphones and certain times. So yes, August is a heavy month, but that's usually our highest month of one of the two highest months of the year for your utilities. Everything goes up in August. So it's a heavy month. I'm very grateful to be on the show tonight because I got some information for you.
Thank you, Brady. Listen, guys, if this is your first time watching us on YouTube, please do me a favor and subscribe to this channel. Okay, we want you to plug in and stay connected. Bradye Robinson is extremely good at what she does. And let me tell you something, the information we're going to share tonight is going to be transformational. So what I want you to do, I want you to watch this and we'll be right back.
Effective Living offers life management group coaching. Effective Living offers life management group coaching. This is a great introductory option for those who are ready for guidance to structure your life in such a way where there is a harmonious balance between having enthusiasm for what you need to do, coupled with fulfillment of doing what you want to do. Join our group coaching program today to start creating a life you don't need to take a vacation from. More information about our group coaching program can be found at www.ricardomiller.com.
Yep, we want you to know we're here to help. We're here to help. Today we're joined with Bradye Robinson, a financial coach, and we're going to be talking about money tonight. We're going to be talking about how to stop being broke. Oh man, I just like the term saying. I just like to just hey, listen, man. You know someone who need to copy the link on this YouTube channel live and send this to somebody right now. Say hey. Your commitment needs to end this year strong. If you find yourself with your money being funny, you better get on board and take control of what you can take control. Now, Brady, effective living has been built around this platform of faith, family, finance, fitness, and fun. Right. Okay? Finance is one of those. Why do you believe finance is one of the holistic approaches that one must take on if we're going to live life effectively?
Well, finances help balance the whole act. Okay, so finances help balance the whole act. We talk about the F's. Okay, faith, you can be a bigger giver. Yep. You can, for your fitness, you can invest in your health. Yep. Your family, you can be a better, stronger provider. Yep. You know, and fun, hey, you can take it to the next level. So, but all of those areas, you have to have your finances in order to enjoy your best life and to create this life that we talk about not having to take a vacation from. Yep. So the finances kind of helps. You need it in each area.
Yeah, you need all of the areas. I like it, Brady. You need all of the areas. When you make a commitment to say, I'm going to live life effectively, you cannot avoid the money subject matter. You cannot. Brady, in your opinion, when you really look at people and where they are in our society today, what is your definition of broke? I mean, there are some people, listen, they're in denial. They're in denial. And let me tell you something, when your money is funny, it's going to start trickling out and affecting all of the other areas of your life. Now, I don't know about you people. I am committed to getting better with age. I'm hoping you too are committed to getting better with age. With that said, I need you to grab a hold of the practical things we're going to talk about here on Effective Living. Brady, when you look at the concept of broke, what does that look like for the average person? What you would say the definition of broke?
Ooh, broke. Okay, so we know that broke can be a wide area of things. It can be mindset, things of that. But for the purpose of this show, broke is having little to no money. No cash, no assets, living under the poverty line. So broke, if you want a clear definition of it, you can definitely look at it as the amount of assets or cash that you have available, your income, all of that equates to being broke. When you say broke, far as when we're talking about money and the amount of money you have, because what we do know is if you've been following the news and things like that, right now, I mean, the average, if you work at a minimum wage job, you can barely afford to even live on your own. So that will be considered broke if you cannot even make your bills. You can't make your monthly expenses, your necessities.
Brady, there are some people who are just outright afraid to talk about money. Hey, just the mere fact that we said, you know what, how to stop being broke. You would think some people would gravitate towards a talk like this. You would think people would gravitate towards a talk like this. Unfortunately, there are a lot of people, when it comes to their money, they put their head in the sand and they just dive. I want us to go in. What does it look like to not be broke? Like the whole dynamics of now deciding, I'm never going to be broke another day in my life. So now, what are some of the dynamics? What are some of the things one needs to start looking at in relations to, you know what? I don't want to live like this no more. And so this is the option outside of being broke.
Right. I would say definitely your debt to income ratio. How much debt do you have? How much debt? People don't want to talk about that. You are so right. When it comes to finances and money, do you know that's the most clicked and viewed, one of the most clicked and viewed, but one of the least activated and enrolled subjects people take advantage of. Wow. But one thing you said at the beginning, we still have time, guys. I mean, we're like at the end of the year quarter. It's money time. There is still time to reach your goals and to pull out those goals. Where are those goals you wrote down in December of last year and January of last year? Do an evaluation with what you've lived through this year as far as your finances. But to not be broke, what does it look like to not be broke is when you do have a savings account, when you are meeting your financial goals, when you're able to be a generous giver, when you are not living check to check, as we all often have done so many times, may still be doing. When you have reached a certain level of financial security that you set for yourself. For me, I told you I'm coming out this pandemic wealthy and fine. I kept saying it. Wealthy is what I feel is wealthy for me in my household. Yeah. So that to not be broke, you need to decide what is it that you're trying to do, what level in your finances do you want to achieve.
Let's talk about mindset, Brady. When did you find yourself changing your mindset? Share your story just for a moment, because some people think you just, you're Bradye Robinson. You've never had a rough day. You've never had a bill that was outstanding. You've just always had it made in the shade. Your mama taught you early, and you had it, you had it rolling in from you were a teenager. But is that your story? If not, share your story with us.
Well, yes, some of you guys have heard my story, and thank you for following me and for listening. And I was certainly so grateful for this platform. But I've always been very, very particular about my finances and my credit, things like that. However, it doesn't always stay like that. Life happens and you grow. And then you go through bumps and bruises in life. 20s can be rough for some of us. 30s can be rough. And it was a time where I went from having this wonderful credit, always concerned about my finances and income, to where I really hit the bottom when it came to my income and my finance. I had to start over jobs. I had children. I mean, a lot of life expectancies just came that wasn't expected. So just going through it. But how I got here today, and how I am a successful budget coach with so many clients that are just crushing it in the program, I just always help people with their finances, always. And I have, either you're a budgeter or you're a saver. Either you budget or you save. There is no gray area. It's not in between. You are one or the other. And if you call and get your free consultation, I can tell you what you are in 30 minutes. But you're either a budgeter or a saver. If you are you're either a saver or a spender. So if you're a spender, we have to hone in on that. If you're a saver, I've always been a budgeter and a saver. So, but what do you do when you don't have the money to budget and save? So I totally understand that you have to create other resources. Yeah. And that's what we were kind of diving into a little bit tonight. You have to be creative and use your gifts and think outside the box. Think outside the box. You budget and save, or either you spend. So just kind of getting to here was helping other people achieve their financial freedom.
Brady, when it comes to changing your life financially, it's important that your mindset be changed. There are some people who are stuck on broke because their mindset has been generationally planted from previous generation, that it's now a stronghold. It's a generational curse. It's you buy things before you get the money. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, you borrow for holidays, okay? And you overextend, not because you have it, but because you just don't know how not to not buy. There are some people just outright, they're buying and they don't have the money to buy. And we live in a world today where mindset needs to be looked at in relations to, where did I get this thought from that every time I get paid, I have to go for fast food? Where did I get this mindset from that every holiday I have to have new clothes? Why I have a closet full of clothes? Why does holidays have to have new clothes? Why is it that, I am not monitoring how I'm spending my money? Talk to us about the role of mindset, Brady, in this whole financial control dynamics that people must embrace.
I think mindset is most of it, 80%. I definitely think that you touched on so much the generational curses, how we were raised. But one of the big things I noticed with us adults, we feel like we deserve it. I worked hard. I got paid, man. I worked 2 weeks and I clocked in and I had to put up with that. I deserve it. I'm going to do, if I can't get nothing out of my check, I at least can get something. And that's the mindset. But you have to stop and think about it. Don't let the material items overtake what your future goals are. The mindset has to be changed. And how do you, okay, so how do we change the mindset? We know that's the issue. First, you have to identify that I do have a problem. And that's hard to talk about because people do not like to talk about their finances. We don't share our salary amount. We don't share our debt amount, how much we have on our credit card bills, things like that. But you have to find that accountability partner or get a coach or someone that can help you to you first come to grips with it. Okay. Let's admit that. And then you have to make a conscious effort to say, you know what, I'm gonna change it slowly. I always relate it to like a diet or losing weight. It's just like little things, small things. So today I cannot eat out and pack my lunch. Or you know what? Oh, I'm not gonna check out on Amazon. I have stuff in my cart right now. So I get it, guys. I understand. But changing your mindset and also honing into your financial goals and making that more important than the right now. See, social media does have us in society. I won't blame it all on social media because it was before that, but society makes us feel like we deserve it. Oh, you can treat yourself. It's back to school. Get the boy the new Jordans. My daughter wanted some new Jordans. They're $285. You're going to the 6th grade. I'm like, what you gonna do? I mean, that's just too much. So the mindset has to, and that takes work. You know that, Coach. The mindset.
It sure does take work. Brady, I want to talk about the whole idea of living above your means. Now, actually, Brady, there are some people who think because they were approved means that they're qualified. And hey, I learned a few years back that not because you're approved mean you're qualified. And so I want you to talk about that for a minute, because the truth is there are some people who just don't know how to really live within their means. We're talking about how to stop being broke. I mean, what is my means? If you're making $300 a week, I mean, as you mentioned just now, I mean, there's no way a $285 shoes should be in your house.
I mean, you're
pardon me?
She's in the 6th grade.
No, but I'm talking about even for the person who's even if for the adult.
Right.
Even not mention the child who don't even have a job.
Ooh, right.
But here's the deal. Their kids might be in the 6th grade, but if she is anything like her mother, she might have been saving that $10 allowance all year long and then do some extras on the summertime to where she's now have $300 to wear a $285 shoes, which may still not be the best way to spend her money. But
and then she doesn't want to give up all of that. She said, that's too much money to give at one time. And they get to the register and I'm like, I don't know. And then they looking at me, I'm looking at them. And then they realize that's all my money. And then they'll rethink it.
Yeah. The whole concept then, living above your means, paying attention to what you have coming in. Identifying what you may want, but you may not be qualified for yet. Listen to that, ladies and gentlemen. What you may want, but you're not qualified for yet. Yeah. In other words, you may have to have some delayed gratification. In other words, I'm going to work now so that I can pay later and advance in the things that I ultimately want. But because certain things are out of my bracket, certain things are out of my league. When you talk to people, Brady, about living within their means, what are some of the things that comes to mind?
Living within your means, that's so broad these days because people really think that they are living within their means. They really think that they are. I mean, I drive a BMW Jeep or a Range Rover. I'm living within my means, but you're not. The whole just overbuying, overspending, every time you get a pay increase, our bills go up. The more we make, the more we spend. That is so true. I mean, things go up. Things are going up naturally, but living above your means is a huge one, bless you. And a lot of people don't think that they're living above their means, which goes back to that mindset. They think it's okay. But when you sit down and break it down and look at, okay, how are you getting to where you're trying to go financially? How are you doing with that? How close are you to that? Are you far away from your savings goals, things of that nature? How close are you to retirement? Because these are real conversations that we need to have. It reminds me of the name it and claim it. When you say, it reminds me of the name it and claim it. Yes, you can be approved, but are you qualified? Like the name it and claim it. You can name it and claim it on whatever house or car you want, but did you ask God to help you be able to pay the bills and things of that, be able to share it with the community, maybe to give back? We name it and claim it, and we go from the beginning to the end. And what about all the work it takes to get there in the middle? Just like with you, Coach, people, I want to start my business. I remember you telling me, start at the beginning. You want to go here and advertise and be this, you're not there yet. So kind of work your way to it. And it's the same with your income. Think about your purchases, but you have to get them in proper perspective. That's the main thing. Get your finances, get your goals in order, and what you're trying to do. Live on a budget. I press that. Write a budget.
Live on a budget. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're joined with Bradye Robinson. We're talking today on the fact that you can take control of your help. Now, here's the reality of it is, help is available to you, but you got to want it. You got to want it. Every now and again, you may have to, get help. You got to tell yourself, someone is assigned to help me. Check this out, and we'll be right back.
Through the Effective Living one-on-one coaching program, you receive customized strategies and techniques to help you move from where you currently are to where you see yourself. You will work with world-renowned life coach, Ricardo Miller, who has more than 2 decades helping people maximize their purpose. Show us your target and we'll help you hit it. Visit www.ricardomiller.com to enroll.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, today we're joined with Bradye Robinson, and we're talking practical things that one can do to stop being broke. When a person is now committed to changing their mindset, and they know that they've been struggling when it comes to taking the bull by the horn, and getting their money under control. There are some people, Bradye, they believe because they walked out of the store with it without stealing it, mean that they earned it.
They gave it to me on the credit card.
In other words, the person told me I don't have to pay until 2025.
And can I say something on that? Because we have a lot of college students that follow the Effective Living community. Guys, this is back to school time. They will give you a credit card before you get your first set of books. I remember getting my first credit card in college. All I had to show was my schedule. I'm like, what? All I had to show was my schedule. It went from there. My first credit card, and I was so glad to have it all. I can build my credit and start from there. But that's the same credit card that ended up being, like, I will say on this show, like $16,000, like 10 years later, when I told you I had to start over and rebuild. That's the same credit card, guys. So, and I was loyal to them because they gave me my first card, so I would never cancel. And they got about almost $20,000 of my money, and I don't know what, probably can't pick up one item I purchased on the card. So college students, beware, don't fall for it. You don't need to open another line of credit. Guys, that is not going to help you reach financial freedom. Get rid of the cards. Take them out your wallet and your purse. Just, even if you have a balance, I get it, but don't add another charge to it. Don't use it. If you don't eat on it or put gas on it, because you can't even return that.
Wow. Bradye Robinson, ladies and gentlemen, is lighting this whole platform up today. If you know somebody who needs to take control of their money, go ahead and share the YouTube link. This is a live talk. Subscribe to this channel. Check it out. We got a lot of great talks coming up here on our YouTube channel. Now, Bradye, tribe, community, the people that's around you, how important are they? Now, there are people who you want to get past being broke. You want to get past living from paycheck to paycheck, but you're so accustomed to fitting in. Everybody wants Starbucks. You can't afford Starbucks, but you're going to go ahead and buy because everybody else is buying. You can't afford to go out on the weekend, but they're going out on the weekend. And, when your girls go, you go. Everybody is dressing up and you can't afford to dress up, but yet that you can afford, but you're trying to dress up. Bradye, There are some people who think they're a little bbit too good for thrift.
Yeah.
I remember going to the thrift store, going through there and looking through for the partially new. Come on. See, there are some people who don't realize you can get a good shirt for $3 at a thrift. That's a classy shirt. Somebody said, oh, no, Coach Miller, I don't want no thrift. I don't want no thrift. Let me tell you something. You got to do what you got to do to get to where you're trying to go, to break some things.
Yes.
You want to break something on your life and get to the point where you realize no more broke days.
Right.
Now, if you're watching us, I need you to own that statement. No more broke days. Listen, man, you were not born to be broke, sick, and frustrated. You got to get to the point where you start to realize, oh no, my community matters. Brady, when you look at a community and you find that the people around you are not good for you, how do you disconnect? How do you cut them off? How do you bring yourself to a place where you realize you're not good for me? And you could be my sister. You're not good for me. And you could be my lifelong friend. You're not good for me. And you could be a person at my church that we've fellowshiped for a long time, but you're just not good for me. What's your view on a healthy tribe and disconnecting yourself from unhealthy people?
I think, and I'm so glad that we're talking about this. I thought about this question. And I feel, for me, I wouldn't say you have to completely cut them off, but you definitely can limit your time spent with them.
That's good.
Now, that's true, because you do have like your happy hour buddies, you have your eating buddies, you may have your shopping buddies, you have your traveling buddies, things like that. And pressure is big. Okay, peer pressure is big, group pressure is big. This is what we always do. Every year for St. Patrick's Day, we throw the big party. This is what we do. The mindset. So that's why we got to start changing our mindset, which is you'll see that people will fall off on their own. Because when you start growing and developing, when you get my book and read the book and learn how to live in your purpose, people will drop off the trail with you because you're going in a different direction. Now, that travel, everybody's living their best life, right? It's hot girl summer, whatever you want to call it. Hey, let's do it. Let's go out. But look at your friends. And here's the thing, you know this, you look at the 5 people you travel with, look at the 5 people you hang with, look at their incomes, where they are. Is that where you want to be? Because if you average you guys, the 5 of you y'all are all about equal. It's proof, stats show that. So you want to go to hang with higher level people, okay? So not saying that, oh, I'm going to get rid of my broke friends, but I'm trying to elevate. So I can't keep going out with you on Friday nights. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to skip Friday night. We can hang out at my house and I'll save that $50. Now, I have this issue with my clients really bad because the entertainment and the social part. This is a social time. Things had opened back up. We had been in the house. You got to build the social and entertainment into your budget. If you're not going to sit down and stop, you got to build it in, right? But you have to do it within limits. Your entertainment bill should not be the same amount as your car note. Okay, so you got to, and look at who you're hanging with. Last minute, it's a birthday and we're going to Papados.
Keep that up, Brady. Keep it up.
Do $50 right then. So just kind of change your mindset. Your friends will drop off and you'll reevaluate that, but you can just kind of limit the time spent in the events that you engage with them.
Wow. Limit the time spent with. I like the fact that you said there are different types of people in your life. You got, you got the happy hour friend. That's what you call them.
Yeah. After work, the shopping friends, happy hour, the social friends. Yep.
Bradye Robinson, ladies and gentlemen, we're diving in today. We're talking about the truth of the matter is you were not born to be broke, sick, or frustrated. You got to tell yourself, listen, I am going to take control of this. Watch this, and we'll be right back with Bradye Robinson, guys.
Are you looking for a captivating speaker for your next group meeting or event? Book coach Ricardo Miller. His turnaround story is inspiring, and as a leader's leader, he is committed to holistic development. Whether virtual or in person, Coach Ricardo will deliver a message for your conference, workshop, seminar, or retreat in the United States or around the world that will be unforgettable and life-enhancing. Visit www.ricardomiller.com for more information.
Today, we're joined with Bradye Robinson. We're talking about some stuff that very few people want to talk about. It's deciding that I will no longer go from paycheck to paycheck. I'm going to get to the point where I am now managing my resources in a way that I'm getting better with age when it comes to money. Brady, you talked about association. You talked about a tribe. Brady, you have been really good at this. You've talked about this. I've heard you spoke about it on several different platforms. You pay attention to bargains. You pay attention to freebies. I mean, you have learned how to capitalize on the free stuff that's happening in the city when it comes to your children and spending quality time with them. Talk to us about that.
We're in Dallas. We're in Dallas, or whatever city you guys are in that's viewing us tonight. Look, I'm really into cultural events. I love cultural events. I love outdoor events. For one, I'm real big on kids getting out, knowing about the city that they're from, even when we travel. But I love festivals. I love, like, when they have the concerts, the outdoor concerts, the movie in the park, the museums. I just feel like, being a single parent, there was a time where that's all we could do. So Saturday, pack our little picnic bags, go over to Clyde Warren Park, walk across the street to the Dallas Museum of Art, and my kids will have had a full day, and we've had the best time, the best pictures, the best memories, and it was on a budget. They didn't know we were on a budget, and everything was okay. So satisfied, spent time with my kids, got to show them something, got them out of their normal environment, our neighborhood, let's go see something else. So really big on utilizing your community, guys, utilizing your community, utilize your city. Just Google events, concerts. We love parks. I'm a huge park person, which is why y'all gotta hit this 5K that we have with Effective Living. I love parks. I research parks. So when they were little, I would look up like best parks in Dallas because I can't afford to go to main event all day at that time, but we can go to the park all day. Y'all can stay all day. You can play on anything you want. So I got into going to the really nice parks. So like they're building a new park now. I keep up with that. A new park opening soon. We'll go to the grand opening. So it's like a part of history. Just make it fun, create memories. The thing of building memories and moments, people remember how you made them feel. And my children, we have a lot of great memories, and the best memories are the stuff we did free. I'm like, what about when we went to Great Wolf Lodge and I spent almost $1,000? They don't remember that. So get into your community, take advantage of the cultural events, create events, do things at home, create events for your community, get active, volunteer. It's a lot of opportunities to have fun. The churches have bounce houses, things like that, but volunteer opportunities.
Brady, there are people who they find themselves in a financial bind. I mean, literally locked in. I was talking to a young man, 35 years old, $80,000 worth of debt. That was, he did. Watch this. He bought 2 cars that he totaled and don't own property and don't have no house, no children, no wife. 80,000 plus in loans, credit card expense, just outright owe the bank. I thought, whoa. Now, here's the deal. Oh, he don't want to sit down with someone who can break it down to show him how to take control of his money. And it's not that he's not making good money, Brady. It's that he don't know how to manage his money and he don't know how to take on help. Now, you know that I've been teaching someone is assigned to help you. Yes. Getting past pride to embrace help when it comes to the money funny situation or the predicament that one finds himself in when it comes to taking control of the money. What do you say to someone who, I don't want people to know how bad things is for me?
Well, I think that's when they're still in denial. So that's when they're in denial. That's when they really they need to get with someone they trust, an accountability partner. Call me for a free consultation or get a budget coach, someone else. But you really need to sit down and have a serious conversation. It's almost like when your divorce is on the brink and you need to get counseling because I'm going to give it one last try. Yeah. You owe it to yourself. You work every day. And we don't want to just work to pay bills or to be in debt. But you got to get honest with yourself and you got to come clean. Now, write that down, everything that you owe, write it down. Write it down. Then when you write it down, ball it up, throw it away. Okay, if you feel that way about it. But now you know the number in your head, and you need to chip away at the iceberg. You got to chip away at it. And you can reach financial freedom. Now, the young man is not that old. $80,000. I've seen way worse than that. And I'm sure he's going to want to purchase a home. He's going to get married. He's going to do these things. But go ahead and start working on now. But change your mindset, because guess what? He can get out of debt today, and 5 years from now be right back in debt. Hence the person that wins the lotto and then back broke in a few years. The mindset, what we've been talking about.
Wow, the mindset. Brady, we look at the whole concept of I make the money, but unfortunately I still don't have no money. You are a strong proponent of budget. Talk to us about budget and how budgeting changed your life and how it has been changing the lives of so many of your clients.
That's my favorite word, budget. You have to budget. In my opinion, in my professional opinion, I don't believe that you can reach financial freedom without a budget. If you want to look at your wealthy people, look in your life, look at your millionaires, you have to have a budget. Let me tell you the reason for having a budget. Your budget is your blueprint for your finances and your money. You're telling your money what to do instead of it telling you what to do. Okay. Don't keep getting pimped by your money. Okay. That's what I was doing when all you get your money, you got to give it away. Nah, you're not gonna keep doing me like that. No, I'm not gonna do it. So hey, come on, it is what it is. So you have to have a budget, and it's so simple, guys. It's simple. A lot of my clients don't want to do the apps, they don't want to do the spreadsheets, things like that. But it's simple as how I did it. I started out in junior high. Simply writing down, I had to pay my tithes, I had to pay my mama, I had to pay my beeper bill. There you go. And I didn't bring home but about $40. So it started like that. I knew exactly what was coming out of my paycheck. The rest was for me to save a little bit and kick it a little bit. And that's how I started. And I still go by that today, because it's no fun to just be, I'm on a budget, I can't spend anything. Of course, we're not saying that. You have to live life, enjoy life, things like that. You do want to go on a trip. It has been a rough last year and a half. I get it, guys. But do it in perspective and plan for it. And if you have that budget in place, you can do that, because just like we were talking about the social and entertainment, build it in your budget. So it's like a bill. Have a kick it fun. Have an entertainment fun. You can do these things. We're not telling you to be bored. Effective living is fun. We do what we want to do when we want to do it, because we playing for it, right? So let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're joined with Bradye Robinson, man. Listen, we're talking about taking control of your money, okay? The reality of it is you don't have to continue living a life going from paycheck to paycheck. I asked Brady earlier, why is it that there are so many people afraid to talk about this subject matter? Brady, I feel as though if you're refusing to address the money subject in relations to where you are in life, you'll never be free with the money subject. You'll never be free financially. I think one must learn how to address the elephant in the room. One must learn how to deal with the skeleton in the closet in relations to these are the reasons why I am where I am. There are some people, they need to increase the minimum wage. They need to give me an increase on my job. They ain't paying me enough. Maybe those things are true. However, you can get an increase in minimum wage and you can get an increase on your job and still find yourself in debt and find yourself going from, once again, paycheck to paycheck. Brady, there's this common practice where when we make more, we spend more. What's up with that?
It's just, it's our mindset. We feel like we can afford to do it now, or, oh, finally, I got a raise, or I make more money. I've been at this job and I stepped out on faith and I got another job, and it's a blessing because it's way more money that you double your income, but that doesn't mean go out and double your car note or double your home. When our income goes up, so do our living expenses. Okay, everybody has the great intention of paying off their car and keep paying the car note to themselves, right? Yep. It's hard. I did that. I've been doing that for about 3 years. It's hard because every month I was like, oh, I want it. I want to use it. Hey, no problem. So but is that bringing in more money, it does make you spend more. That's why you got to get real with yourself. Have a financial check-in. If you don't want to have a sit down, you want to call a consultation, have a financial check-in.
Yeah.
Sit down and write down all your bills, everything going out. I'm talking about that little Hulu subscription, that Netflix subscription, that Star subscription. I mean, power gonna be off in a few more, weeks. So we following it for certain TV programs, things like that. That stuff add up, right? That's little things. But then think about it, on the 3 or 4 nights you don't feel like cooking and you swing through the drive-through, or we're door dashing and we're Ubering. Amazon is bringing it to our house. We're ordering groceries. We're getting things that we wouldn't normally get. So it's a lot of areas to look at, guys. You have to get serious about it. So you want to sit down and have a financial check-in, right? Do a financial check-in. Then you're going to write down, this is what I bring home after taxes. When you are real with yourself and sit down and put that, it'll open your own eyes. Those that are hiding from the debt and they don't want to talk about it, and the pink elephant in the room, write it down in private and look at what's going out and what's coming in. And then tell me what's left over. Are you happy with that number?
I like you mentioning that, Brady, because for those persons who, I don't know how to use Excel, I've never done a budget before. I mean, you started to give us some tips just now, but go ahead again and expound upon the whole concept of probably working a budget for the very first time.
Absolutely. I can help you guys with that. So if for those of you that are, like the apps, so I have people that love apps. That's fine. There are several. I can give you guys a couple. Of course, I always push Every Dollar app. That was my favorite one. I started with that one. Hey, I'm a FPU coordinator. I love it. But we have I have some other ones that I put, like for my couple that I counsel, they have a honeydew app. Okay. So husband got to put a honeydew app because honey's spending too much money, or he's spending too much money. So you can and it's fun, and it gets you guys engaged in talking about the finances, and it's not mama's doing all the finances and you just tell them what the bottom line is. It gets you both engaged. There's Truebill. It's a Pocket Guard. It's a lot of them, but I'm old school. I like the Excel spreadsheet. I run that. But even when I don't do my Excel spreadsheet, I write it down. And I do this when your payday is. I write it down. I start writing it down the week of. If you get paid on Friday, I start now while I'm working, I'm jotting down, okay, electric, okay, water. Here, I'm writing it down. My budget is done before my paycheck hits the bank. So I know what I have to do. First thing first, start out with giving. You have to give. The best way and the fastest way to increase your money is to give. Be a generous giver.
When I left the Bahamas, we had a concept that my mama did that doesn't work here. And that was, let's just say you make $100 and you have your bills. Mm-hmm. And my mother just put something on all of it. I put $5 on the light. I put $5.
Everybody got some.
Everybody got some. And in our environment, you could stay up like that. If they see you doing something, a lot of the different entities will give you a break because you're doing something. Mm-hmm. That don't really work here because the water bill people, they don't want partial water. They want you to pay your water bill. They want the light people and the mortgage people and all that stuff. So that little don't cut it. This is a lot more structured. For someone who finds himself in that type of predicament, what do you suggest? Do you suggest the snowball effect that Dave Ramsey suggests, where you just try killing the small stuff away and then going up to managing and addressing those bigger bills? What do you suggest? Because for a long time, I initially came in this country and I can remember being okay with trying to incorporate that way. That was what I would call what I saw growing up. I had since learned, oh no, that's not going to work. But you can attack those small bills, make sure they don't ever get out of hand, and then you can start moving up to ensure that all of your bills are being taken care of appropriately. What's your view in managing how you pay your bills when it comes to important to most important and so forth?
Absolutely. So, when you spoke of the snowball effect, I've done both when it comes to paying off bills. I'm going to start with the highest interest rates. Yep. First, started with the highest balances, and then I did the snowball effect, and I'll tell you which one was more lucrative for me. But far as when you're right now, what do you pay first? You want to take care of your four walls. You want to take care of so you need somewhere to live. You need something to drive if you're in Dallas or most cities. You have to have lights and water. You have to have food. So you want to make sure your essentials are covered. Okay, your essentials are covered, even your cell phone. We have to have it now, but maybe can you drop to a lower plan, or maybe check out different companies that may, hey, you've been with this company so long, you make it go to a new company and it's half the bill. I just found out that I could, and it's a better company, and get a new phone.
Yes.
So it's a lot of different things out there. Go your insurance company. How long have you been with them? When is the last time you called and said, hey, you know what, I'm thinking about leaving? I guarantee you they'll give you a discount. Right now, everybody's fighting for people's business. This is a competitive time of year. If you're in the housing industry, you know that, trying to buy homes, trying to find somewhere to rent. So just stay, you just have to stay focused, stay focused, what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
But you have to know where your money is going, what your money is doing, and review that. Look at it often. Look at your plan. Stay on your game plan.
Brady, how can people get a hold of your book? You wrote a great book. It's been helping a lot of people. You're a coach. You've been helping people through budget management. But now the book is here. Others are taking advantage of the content that's within the book. If someone wanted to get your book, how can they do that?
Yes, thank you guys. You would love it. It is called Your Power Within. You have what it takes. You can get it you can get it from me. You can get it from Amazon. Google my name, Bradye Robinson, Bradye. I'm on all social media, Robinson Empowerment Group or Bradye Robinson. Guys, hit me up. You can get the free consultation. Even if you do not choose to go me as your budget coach, I can guide you in the direction that may be a better person for you, give you a few apps to help you on your way, or at least help you figure out and help you understand if you are a spender or a saver. That's important. You need to know that. But you can reach me on all social media, Robinson Empowerment Group or Bradye Robinson.
Ladies and gentlemen, Brady's joined us tonight, just challenging us to think a little bit different. Over the next few months, I want you to take control of your life. You are responsible for taking control of your life. If you don't like where you are, you can change where you are. Go ahead and follow Bradye online. Go ahead and order her book today. She has a consultation service that allows you to look at where you are and provide you with practical tips on how to get to where you're needing to go. I like it. I like it. I like it. Not only do I like it, I know people who have benefited from Brady's services, including myself. Bradye, let me tell you something. When you told me to get the app, when you told me to make the investment, when you told me, I'm telling you, at one point, I didn't know what all I was dealing with financially. And Bradye put it all on a spreadsheet, got it all in the app, and says, boom, there's what you're working with. And let me tell you something.
But tell the truth, it make you sick. And you're like, and then you don't want to look at it for a few days. For real, let's be real. You saw it, and then you got to put it down for a while. Then you go back and address it. You got to know, you have to know where your money is going. You work for this. Quit letting the money tell you what to do. Stop chasing the dollar. Let the dollar chase you by walking in your purpose and utilizing your gifts.
Stop chasing the dollar.
You let it chase you.
Chase you. That's a different mindset. That's a different behavior. We're coming up in every area of our life. Thank you once again, Bradye Robinson, for joining us this evening. You're always filled with great content, and so many of our viewers talk about how you help them, and your energy is over the top. And I know you're going to be out on Saturday at the 5K run walk. If you're listen, guys, if you're anywhere in the Dallas Forward area, we're doing it this Saturday. Arlington, Texas. Bring a friend. Listen, meet Bradye in person. As a matter of fact, go ahead and buy her book. Tell her you watched her here on Effective Living and let her know, listen, you need your book signed, okay? You need your book signed. She'll be able to sign your book. And then you can meet her daughter as well, who is about to buy them Jordans, okay? Come on now. Go ahead and meet her daughter at the 5K. Bradye, thank you again. Have a good night, everyone.
You too. You guys have a great night.